Good morning, everybody. This is Nicholas Teo here in CMC Markets in Singapore. Today, the 25th of March, time now just before 11:30 in the morning. A couple of things to actually highlight. Not too many clues from overnight trade in both the US and also in the UK, Europe from equity point of view. But we saw flashes of strength in the economy or growth indicators coming up from the PMI numbers. This was actually highlighted, or this began actually in the EU at 5 o'clock last night, local time. We saw all metrics being beaten where estimates were concerned. First of all, the composite came in at 54 versus an estimate of around 53, as we see here. And also, both from the manufacturing and also from the services numbers, they all beat handsomely. What this has done essentially lent a little bit of strength where the euro dollar is concerned. If we look at the chart over here, which I am going to pull up, we see that the euro dollar has still been trading in its down sloping channel here, but it's now trying to break on the upper side of it. Resistance could be around here of around 11 or 111. If this sort of fails, we could see test the bottom end of the range once more. We will be receiving further clues from the US data this week with GDP numbers. Obviously, those are key data points for market players as a whole. Aussie dollar this morning is also trading in the same sort of a consolidation phase after having been actually progressively sold down over the last 3-4 months or so. We're seeing consolidate this move, and hopefully it can consolidate and hold above the 50-day moving average down here, as indicated by this black line. If it holds, we may see a further test up into the range here of around just above 80 to the dollar. Over in stocks on Singapore side, something I just want to highlight very quickly this morning. It's basically NOL. NOL has moved up very strongly early in January on the back of a lower oil scenario, which for them as a transportation company, which means would essentially be a cost saving. They've also announced an M&A from the standpoint that they have sold off their logistics arm for a good price. But the stock has actually pulled down, consolidated around this area, and it seems to actually come out from the consolidation phase with a firmer sort of approach. We saw this move actually happening, mid this morning. If we pull out a 5-minute chart, and it's actually consolidating nicely its early morning move. We're keeping an eye on it, and I think it is something that would be interesting to follow, going forward. Anyway, just a few thoughts. Thank you very much.